worries. Hi.
Just
How you
dropped a cup
doing?
on my head.
What?
So I just dropped a cup on my head.
Oh no.
Yeah. Well, thank you for agreeing. I haven't gotten too many girls to interview yet, so I'm very excited.
Period. Let's go. Let's get some girl interviews.
Obviously, I'm Angel.
Hey.
I've been watching Vertical since 2023.
Okay.
I've seen well over 3,000 of them.
3,000.
Yep, 3,000. I've seen them.
You're a vet. You know? It's not rookie numbers at all.
No, not at all. I started my review page last April because I'd done some small reviews on my personal page, and then Jeff Violet and Eric Gilmet were sharing them to their personal to their stories, and was like, okay, I don't want my private name out there, so I started this.
Yeah.
And now I'm here.
I love it.
How did you get into acting, or how did you know you wanted to be an actress?
So I kind of was a type A kid growing up. My mom's an accountant, my dad's an engineer. So I always thought I was going to do something along those lines. And then I did some theater in high school. And then I did one acting gig in college. And then I was like, oh, hold on. No, this is it. This is it. So I moved out to LA, not knowing anyone, and was like, I'm going to be an actress. And then within the first year, it was just too much rejection for me to handle. And I took a long detour and I came back to it around 2020. So verticals have been a really great launch pad for me.
Okay. How did you get your first vertical role? How did you come across the wacky world that is verticals?
So if you're an actor looking for work, there's a few different platforms that have casting calls. So Actors Access is a really big one. There's a lot of verticals on there. When they were first cropping up, it was very few and far between, but they were on Actors Access. So I auditioned for one, I think it was for Real Short, and booked that one, had a grand old time with it. And then, yeah, in the last 2 years, it's just been nonstop.
Okay. You've been in how many now?
I want to say 20.
Okay.
Yeah.
What would you say your hardest scene to do, or your most embarrassing scene to do, has been?
Well, there's a lot of physical gags that can be difficult, you know. I've gotten cake thrown in my face, a lot of falling, screaming, slapping. But I think the hardest thing that I had to do actually was I had to do a growl for a werewolf part. And that just felt so difficult for me to get over it. I was like, this feels so cringy for me to you know, like, what are we doing? So that's my very honest answer.
The werewolf growler, I think Cayman probably does the best one that I've heard. But then again, you have the OG werewolves, Eric and Casey.
Yeah.
Can't forget about them. Let's see. Who is an actor or an actress that you haven't worked with yet that you would like to work with?
That's such a good question. In the vertical space, I've heard a lot about Noah Fernley. He's someone who I hear really good things about. You know, I'm just kind of open-minded in general. I don't have my sights set on anyone specifically. I'm just open to the ride.
Okay.
And then the bad part is with working as the lead. I mean, you don't meet as many women because there's only so many roles. So if other actresses typically play the lead, you don't get to work with them very much unless you're their counterpart or their villain. And like some women only play leads, so you'll never really get to work with them if you're consistently playing leads. So there's always that.
Okay. I've heard that. Do you get to go to like, or do you, I guess get to is probably not the right way to say it, but like, do you go to any of the like hangouts that they have sometimes?
I've been to one. I've been to one or two. It's a really wonderful community.
It is. It's one of the things that I like most about verticals. It's like the community is so small and so like niche because it's not very well known yet. It's getting up there though.
Yeah, it's gaining some traction.
Because when I started watching them 2 years ago, I never pictured they'd be where they are, nor did I picture I would have gone to LA or I'd be doing interviews or anything. So we'll see where it goes in a couple years.
I'm proud of you.
I'm in a group talking about the community. We'll go off that for a minute. I'm in a group. We're called the Vertical View Crew. There are 9 pages, 10 people, and we're all critics of the space. We all have like different ways of reviewing, and we all have different likes. So obviously there's me, and then we have Dahlia, who is at Vertical Films Lover. We have Megan, who is Real Drama. Aline, who is I.love.verticals. We have Liz, who is Portrait Story Diaries. We have Sarah, who's Escapism via Verticals. We have Hero, who is Vertical_fan. He's the soul male of the group, and he does so wonderful with all of us ladies. He puts up with us in our chat. We have this Vertical Slaps, who is Jen and Karen. And then we have Katja, who is Short Reel Critic.
Okay. I think half of them.
Okay. What's one of the roles that you did that you had a lot of, like, when you got it, you didn't think you'd have as much fun as you actually had on set?
Oh, I did this one recently. It was called Out of Ties, Out of Bloodlines. And I'm playing this evil adopted sister. And I'm pretending to be blind. And I just went really ridiculously campy with it. And it was really fun to just play this over the top character. And she had like a very preppy vibe about her and big bouncy curls all the time. And she was just really fun to play.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you could pick like one of your films that didn't get enough attention that you would love to get more attention, what would it be?
That's a good question. I mean, I just did the husband swap game, and that one, I was just really proud of it, and it was really fun and cool to shoot. And then I think the werewolf one that I did with Madeline and Kenny, that one I never really got to watch. So I think that one probably had a lot of good juiciness in there that the world needs to see more of. I forgot what it was called though.
My friend at work, she's like starting to dabble in them, and so she knows that I'm in this whole world. And she actually came up to me tonight, and she was like, "I just watched the husband swap game," and I was like, "Oh no."
And what did she have to say?
She was like, "I loved it, and I thought Shay's character, she was like, he was really cute. I went and followed him on Instagram, and I was like,"
For sure.
And then she was like, "But the other guy," and I was like, "Jake," and she goes, Yeah, I don't know how to say his last name. And I was like, and she was like, maybe I got him turned around. But one of them I really liked, and the other one was kind of like really bad. And I was like, it's usually how it works. Like, she's slowly getting into him. She's like always coming to me for recommendations. And I'm like, I love them all. I don't know what to tell you.
What's some top 3? You got a top 3?
Not really. It kind of just. So I used to do a top 20, and that was like the most that I've rewatched, and it'd start with like the number 1 would be the one I've rewatched the most, and then number 20 was like it's on the list of rewatches, but I haven't watched it as many times as the rest of them.
Mm-hmm.
And then like I started getting into it more, and I was like, this doesn't feel fair. It's like I can't pick favorite actors, I can't pick favorite actresses because it doesn't feel fair to me.
That's fair, but part of our job is not to take things personally, and like you love what you love, and there's enough love to go around.
And that's the thing, like there's at least one from every person that I like a lot. But there's at least one from like every person that I like a lot and that I have rewatched. But there's also like multiple, like because I changed it from like my top 25 just of all to like the top 25 in like the past 3 months. So it'll be the ones that I've rewatched the most in the past 3 months. I actually have to put a new one out, but the last one I did, I believe, was at the end of October, and I didn't rank them. I didn't do 1 through 20. I just listed them. I was like, this is it. This is what has been like a comfort watch for me. And so it was Dungeons of Ecstasy, Mafia Temptation, love Mafia Temptation. Billionaire Stay at Home Dad's 2 Treasures. Good Lord. Beggar King Returns, Rose's Thorn and Throne, Runaway Billionaire Becomes My Groom, Single Mom by Mistake, CEO Wife by Fate, Fake It Till You Love Me, Made a Deal with the Mafia King, Love You Beyond 6 Months, A Trade of Hearts, Falling in Love by a Mistaken Vow, Power of 3 Set Me Free, My Billionaire Sugar Baby, Come Back for You, Sweet Revenge for the Wrong Diagnosis, The Heiress and Her Lying Beast, The Billionaire's Matchmaker. God, these long titles get me every time. Escaping the Mafia, I Married a Homeless Billionaire. After divorce, I Became an Heiress. But like that was just for those 3 months. What is a vertical genre or a role that you haven't done yet that you would like to do?
I've never done like one of the college ones. I think those are fun. There's so much room for growth in verticals. So like maybe like a period piece. If we're in like ball gowns and Victorian era, that would be so fun to do.
Okay. I know there's been like a couple. I think Casey did one with Shanna that was 1920s.
Oh, a cowboy one. I would love to do a cowboy one.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then Jake Hobbs did one. His very first one was kind of like, it was like half and half. It was Return of My Drama Queen, and like basically Marie Antoinette was reborn into the like current generation, and then there would be like flashbacks from that time period.
Dope. I'll have to ask him. I love Jake. He's such a cool guy.
Yeah, but ask Jake Hobbs about that experience, because it's very interesting to see, but I'm like, I know there were different parts of it because of course he's like this general in the flashbacks, so he's got the whole like general get up on. It's great. Because I run Jake Hobbs's fandom, Sam Myerson's fandom, and then Ryan Vincent's fandom.
Okay. Nice.
And I would run over 300 of them. I would run a fandom for everybody if I could. But fandoms are a lot of work.
I bet. Yeah, I'm sure.
If you were a drink, what would you be?
I feel like a flaming shot of honey jack or something, you know?
Okay.
Yeah. Something sweet, but it's definitely got a kick, and it'll shock you.
Okay. What is a quote or saying that you like to live by?
The one I'm living by right now is you either make mistakes or you don't make anything.
Okay. If you were to give somebody who is trying to join the industry a piece of advice, what would you tell them?
Be very sure of who you are. And just because other people might not see you doesn't mean you're not amazing. Just know how amazing you are. And when you move through that energy, the right things come to you. I think that's the best headspace to have in life, but especially with acting. It's very useful to have that headspace.
Okay, I like that. It's very touching. Do you have any questions for me as somebody who has seen so many?
I want to know your feedback. Is there anything you want different out of the vertical space? Because, I mean, without you guys, we wouldn't be here, you know? And it's just, we're so grateful to have a fan base that sees us, allows us to create our art. So, yeah, I always like to hear what the fans have to say.
I mean, I love it. Obviously, I wouldn't have still be watching them and being where I am right now if I didn't love them. I have seen a lot change since I started, and I think the biggest one being like violence. And I know that's something that a lot of people would like to see less of, especially like the the violence to where they lose they have a miscarriage, which is because that can be a really like traumatic thing, and it can be very triggering for some people. I know a lot of people are kind of I haven't seen a whole lot of it lately, but I know it's still like out there. Is like the drugging of the drinks. Or the drugging of, light aphrodisiac candles or whatever they decide. I know that's a big thing that people are like, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah. So being more intentional about when we use that kind of stuff.
Yeah. And like, I understand abuse. It can happen if it plays with the storyline.
Right.
Like the ones which just like the whole vertical is a banquet hall scene. One, I can't imagine filming that because you poor ladies are in heels all the time. And standing in a ballroom for hours at a time in heels. No, I couldn't be me. But it could be.
Thank you. It feels good to feel recognized because that's so real. We're like, we always have the slippers or something between takes.
I mean, there are some say like banquet humiliations out. If it's done correctly, I don't mind it. Like there was one that I watched where it was like she got banquet humiliated, but then she came out on top. And then like further down the film, or he got humiliated or something. And then further down, she came out on top, and she got her comeback as all banquet humiliation scenes or verts do.
Yeah.
Which I thought was, it wasn't pointless because there was like a reasoning behind everything.
Yeah.
Right? Like a lot of the banquet humiliation scenes, you're just like, why is this necessary? There are other ways they could go about it, which I understand they kind of have the clients have a way of they want to do things, and the writers and everybody else just is trying to please the client.
Yeah.
And I know there's not much that you guys can, do about it. You can, try and get like lines changed or things like that. But I know there's not much that's in your power with it unless you're writing the script.
Yeah. We definitely echoed the same feedback, but it's really good to hear it from you guys too, because, at the end of the day, like the client should be listening to your feedback, let's move the needle. Let's make even better art than the last.
Because the biggest difference is like the 2024, early 2024 and 2023 ones. I find a lot of people saying that like those are their safeties, those are their favorites and their comfort rewatches. And it's the violence wasn't so bad, the stories were intentional, and some of them were just like really good storylines. Like I know a big one that is a lot of people's favorites is Eric Gilmette's "You Belong with Me" with Emma Holder.
Mm.
And basically, like, she sleeps with her fiance's her fiance's uncle, and then they fall in love. And there's not like a ton of violence, but it's all like sweet and cute and intentional.
Yeah.
But like a lot of people want to see, they want to see that pure romance or romance done right.
Yeah.
Like some of them are like, yeah, we don't mind a kidnapping scene. We don't mind, a good beat up, but it's when it's over excessive. That's when people are like, why is this a thing? And the most we can do is put it out there and speak on it and hope that clients listen.
Yeah, I agree.
Is there anything else you want to know? It can literally be, I'm basically an open book.
What do you want to share with me?
Well, I don't know. I've never been asked that. Hold on. People always have like just questions, and I'm like, yeah, I love it. Obviously, I have the whole self-tape set up, so I'm trying myself. I'm submitting. Trying my best. I'm a single parent. I'm an Army vet. I'm a full-time college student. I'm a full-time employee. And then I do this full-time. So I stay busy.
I love it. Do you want advice?
Go for it.
Your story is going to be the most truthful one you can tell. So I feel like that's always a good place to start when it comes to an acting career.
Mm-hmm.
Because no one can play you like you can. You know what I mean?
Mm.
So once you've built up that confidence of like, this is who the hell I am, that sends a message into Hollywood that you know what you have to offer.
Mm-hmm.
So if you feel compelled at all to write about your story, any story of yours, it is a very empowering place to start from.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've gotten a lot better about like sharing things that happened. Like I found Verticals right after I left my abusive ex-husband.
Mm.
And so like he was abusive in every way, shape, and form. And for a while I couldn't talk about it because obviously it was a trauma. And now I'm just like openly telling people about it when I interview them because
Have you watched Made on Netflix?
no. I haven't watched a whole lot of horizontal things lately.
Yeah, no, I get it. I just watched it. I mean, it will be trigger central, so don't watch it if it's too much, but they really beautifully captured that experience. And thank you for sharing that with me because I know how hard it is to have some shit like that and need to find safe people to share it with. You know what I mean? So it means a lot that you would share that with me.
And like, this has been an escapism for a lot of people, and it was for me at first because it was something for me.
Yeah.
Like, this is mine, the one thing I don't have to share with my daughter. My daughter's not gonna. She likes to look at the pretty girls. That's what she likes to do. And if she finds one that she finds really pretty, like, because she'll sit there and she'll like watch an episode, and then she'll back out and she'll pick a new one and she'll watch an episode. It'll go on like that for however long I let it. But if that first episode, like, for example, Brittany Marzachek, she tapped on one of hers, and so Brittany came on screen, and my child, she paused it and she was like, "Look, Mom," and I was like, "What am I looking at? Like, what are you so excited about?" She was like, "She's so pretty." So she don't care about dudes, which I love. My daughter is a boy's girl, but she adores looking at the females. But I was like, this is something for me, something I don't have to share, and I was very like hesitant on which ones I watched because of names, and then I like started to heal from the marriage and all of the trauma that I went through, and then I just kind of started watching all the ones that I could, and I didn't really have a problem watching any until Jeff Violet and Sam Meyerson did a mafia one with Neela Jolene, and it's called Mafia Housewife. But the very beginning episodes, it's like 2 or 3 episodes in the beginning. Jeff is the bad husband, and he's very, very DV. He's very abusive to his wife. And people are like, oh, but it's a mafia story. Like, we would understand that. Like, I get that, but you have to think about how triggering it was for me to watch that. And I finally was able to watch it all the way through. It's I think that's why a lot of people want the abuse just in general to go away. Either they've gone through it or they've witnessed it or something. Because as sucky as it is, everybody has witnessed it in some way, shape, or form. Whether it be a bully at school, something at home, to yourself, on the street, somebody's witnessed it in real life and not through a film. And I think that's why a lot of people want it gone, because these are safe places for people. These are escapisms. These are where people turn to when they have a bad day, or if they're trying to zone out because they're in a bad marriage and they just want that time to feel good and feel happy and feel like their prince is coming for them. But yeah, that's my little spiel. I can get really into it. I can go on for longer, but I know you have to get out of here soon.
I do, but
I know you got to get out of here soon. So
I do. I'm how to do a dance class. I'm not a very good dancer, but I want to learn. So
you got this. I believe in you.
Thank you.
But
enjoy the journey, and I believe in you.
Thank you. And thank you for coming on, speaking with me, being one of the select few females so far.
Hey, thanks for having me. I'm ready.
It was a lovely chat, and
I'll see you soon.
yes, I hope you have a fun dance class. I'm gonna eat
Thank
and
you.
go to bed.
I'm gonna try. Yeah, your girl does not really know dancing very well, but I really want to learn. So here we are.
You got this. You'll do great.
Thank you. All right. Bye, people.
Bye.